Yay, it's working. Awesome. Welcome to another lovely session at the Tiny Cupboard. So thank you again to Matt and Amy for letting us do this. Give them a hand. Yeah.
Thanks.
I was going to say, do we have to go over last week again and tell you to clap? All right, so my name's James Mack. I'll be your host for tonight. So what's y'all's names?
Tanya.
Tanya?
Yeah.
And where are you from? She's from Belarus. So.
I'm from Belarus too.
Awesome. Sweet. Are y'all kin, or like how do you know each other?
Ksenia did my tattoos, and that's how we knew each
Tattoos?
other.
Tattoos? Are you ballerina?
Tattoos, like, yeah, you know, we can do that.
Okay. So what brings y'all here to New York?
I'm here for a job interview.
Oh, awesome.
And just visit my parents.
You're visiting your parents? Oh, your parents live here? Oh, I'm so sorry. And but at least it's not snowing, so that's always a good thing, right? Yeah. And then, what about you, sir? Where do you come from?
Long Island.
Long Island? Nice. Okay. What's your name?
Jared.
Okay. This is all for the camera. I've already mentioned it.
I
Yeah.
got you.
Got to make sure we get everybody on camera. Yay! Everybody wave to the audience.
There are people here.
Yay! Thank you so much for watching. So y'all want to take a guess where I'm from? And don't say the United States. We all know that.
Iceland.
I will say. And
New York?
no, I'm not from New York. I'm originally from Texas. So, yay. Have y'all ever been down there? Have you?
Mm-hmm.
You have? What part?
Mesquite.
Mesquite, Texas. Okay, no, that's not bad. Cool. I'm originally from East Texas, but it's funny because up here, whenever I tell people I'm from Texas, I always have to tell them that I'm not racist anymore. So, yeah, they say to get rid of racism, like you have to expose yourself to other things, other cultures, and I always thought that was a bad way to explain it, because usually when you expose yourself to something that's not good, you know, that's usually what happens when you're on the subway and the homeless guy needs $1. Yeah. The other thing is I was in the military, so I did 15 years in the Army. Please don't clap. There's no reason to celebrate masturbating in a porta potty. It's fine. But the other thing that I kind of laughed about that was when I got out, things didn't quite look the way I thought it was. Like, I have a beard, I have 13 tattoos. I thought kids were going to be afraid of me when I got out. So. Instead, they think I know where the best almond milk comes from. Like, it used to be the only people who had beards were, loggers or, veterans, or that Italian girl who can't afford a waxer. So, no, it's fun. So, where else have y'all been besides here? Just New York, or?
I actually studied in North Carolina at the moment.
Oh, where at?
Winston-Salem.
Oh, nice. I love Winston-Salem. I've been there a few times. So, you're like, it's a shit place. So, why don't you like Winston-Salem?
It's
Besides,
tiny and you can't walk.
do they think you're a witch, or?
No.
Bad Salem, Massachusetts joke. All right. Oh no, the other thing, I know when people find out I'm a veteran, sometimes they're worried I might have a flashback, and don't worry, I'm on all the alcohol you buy me. So, but if you've never had a flashback, essentially you get to relive your worst moments in life over and over again. And I always wondered, like, why can't we have good flashbacks? Like the first time your dad took you to a ball game, or your first kiss. Like, I remember my first kiss. Like, I was all excited, and she was really firm. And I'm not allowed in that cemetery again. She was a dead lady. It's all right. It's all right. We boned. So, yeah. Y'all having fun?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and get the other comics coming up. So make sure whenever they come up, make sure and yell, scream for them, clap, woo, laugh at their jokes. So let's go ahead and practice. Go ahead. Alright, your first comic coming up performs all over New York City, and she's one of my good friends. So Mae Elaine.
Their acting practice where you guys pretend to be excited. We're excited. Cool. Thank you for having me, James. Thank you for having me, you guys. You guys are awesome. Thanks for putting this on. You guys, I'm gonna be honest. So I'm not a religious person. Okay, I'm not religious. Never have been. But I did witness a miracle on my way over here. Okay, it's pretty cool. So there was a guy who was panhandling around the subway, and he had a sign that said, "Please help me, I'm blind." And then I walked by and he said, "Where are you going with that ass?" Guys, I don't know why you're not more impressed. Okay, I cured blindness. It's kind of a big deal. Like I should just be slapping on some yoga pants, walking around the hospital, doing the Lord's work. You know? I'm kind of full right now. I just I found out I'm lactose intolerant. I still eat cheese, not advised. I found out that I'm lactose intolerant kind of late in life, and I found out in a funny way. So I went on vacation with my boyfriend, and we were at the hotel. We went to the hot tub, and there was a sign above the hot tub that said, "If you've had diarrhea in the past 14 days, do not enter." And so I turned to him, I was like, "Look at that." And he was like, "Oh yeah, that's funny." I was like, "I know, right? Who hasn't had diarrhea in the past 14 days? Like, I don't get it. If you're gonna be so restricted about who goes in the hot tub, why bother have one?" You know what I mean? Like, no one's gonna use this. He was like, "I think most people are able to use it." I was like, I'm getting older, but I still think of myself as very young. I'm very immature is what I'm trying to tell you guys. But like there's certain things that remind me of like where I'm supposed to be in life. Like so for example, I went to the dentist the other day, and the woman that was cleaning my teeth, she went over to my chart and she was like, "Oh my god, we have the same birthday." And I was like, "You're July 10th too?" And she was like, "Same year and everything." And I was like, whoa, are you qualified to do this? And she was like, "Yep, we're 29. And it's a 2-year program." I was like, "Oh right, yeah, other people have achieved things in life. That checks out." I have not achieved much. I'll be honest with you guys. I've had a lot of dead-end jobs. I haven't, done a lot of things with my life. I have, however, gotten myself into crippling credit card debt. Anybody else? All right, cool. So I am in so much debt, you guys. Like, I am in the hole, okay? Like, there is no getting out. So I've gotten to this place with it where, like, I'm sort of zen. You know what I mean? Like, I'm so poor that money is meaningless. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Like, have you guys ever been so poor that you're rich? Do you know what I mean? Like, it's unbelievable. Like, if somebody asked me, like, "You want to go to Paris next weekend?" I'd be like, "What's the fucking difference?" Like, sure, why not, you know? I have been trying to cut back on some things, though. You know, like, I don't want to really get crazy. So I've been trying to cut back on some unnecessary things I've been spending my money on, like rent. So the way that it works in my house is that I moved in with my boyfriend, and so he pays the rent, and then I will pay him my half of the rent on Venmo. So I just have not been. And so, you know, I started to feel bad about it. I was like, okay, like, oh, it's been like 3 months, like I might be a bad person or whatever. And so I said to him, I was like, "Listen, you know, you've been really nice about this. I've been kind of a piece of shit. I'm so sorry. Like, I'm good for it. I'll give you your money." And he was like, "I don't know what you're talking about." You've paid me rent every month on time. I was like, "I have?" And he showed me the Venmo receipts, and they were all on days that I was blackout drunk. Like, guys, most people get blackout drunk and, like, make out with their neighbors. I just take care of responsibilities. You know, like, I'm a high functioning alcoholic. What can I say? And like the other day, I was super hungover on a Tuesday, like really fucking hungover, and my coworkers were like, "What did you do on Monday? Like, what the hell is wrong with you?" I was like, "These taxes were not going to do themselves." I should just go on a bender. I'll end up with like an MBA. I've been going to therapy mostly because it's like a cool thing that you're supposed to do, right? Like everyone's like, "You don't go to therapy." I'm like, "Fine, God, I'll go." Like, because nothing says more well-adjusted than a stand-up comic, that's for sure. But I would say, like, if somebody asked me, like, dead ass, if somebody was like, "What are you working on with your therapist?" I would say, building up the courage to tell her that I want to go. It's probably the number one. That's probably the number one thing. Like, she doesn't help me. She just does, I've come to terms with it. She does not do anything for me, okay? Like, the other day I came in and I was like, "I'm just so tired and anxious all the time, like, ugh." And she's like, "Quit drinking." And I was like, "Is there anything that I can do?" And she's like, "Quit drinking." And I was like, "If you're not gonna help me, like, here's $120. I will see you later. See you next week." Let's see, my boyfriend and I, we live on a first floor apartment, and we got robbed about a year ago. So somebody came in through our window, robbed our whole shit, whatever. And my boyfriend travels every weekend for work, so I basically live there alone. So his solution to make me feel safe was to put a Nest camera in our apartment. And so he can be anywhere in the country watching someone rape and murder me. And I don't like this solution, guys. Like, I'm not a fan of it. It's very violating to have somebody be able to spy on you all the time. You know, like, there are certain things that ladies like to do in private. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to, like, pluck my eyebrows in front of him or, like, trim my nose hairs, like, sleep with other men. You know what I mean? It's a burden. Let's see, I do want kids. I know that that's a weird thing to say nowadays. I think it's like very hip to not want kids. Sue me, okay? I want them, you know what I mean? And so I've been trying to drop like super subtle hints to my boyfriend. I don't want to scare him off, you know what I mean? So the other day he was ordering seamless and he was like, "What are you thinking, like Thai, Mexican?" I was like, "No, I want a family." Have you guys heard, you guys might be some of these people actually, have you guys heard that kids, 21-year-olds, like that age group doesn't want to have kids because of the climate crisis? Have you guys heard this?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So I read this and it was the first time that I had even considered that climate change might be a hoax that my ex-boyfriend made up to not procreate with me. Like, I really started to think about it, and I was like, wait, okay. He was super anti-plastic straws, like, very pro-latex condoms. Like, something is not adding up here. Really is not. My sister is pregnant, and something that's funny about, like, when people give birth, I don't know if you guys have noticed this or not, but, like, as soon as somebody gives birth and there's a baby involved, all normal boundaries of family conversation are just completely out the window. So, like, my boyfriend's brother and his wife just had a baby, and we went out to eat with his parents. And his parents go to my sister-in-law, like, "So, how are things?" And she's like, "Well, you know, my nipples are kind of sore. He's not fully latching on, but I'm healing well down there." I was like, "What the hell was that?" Like, imagine if I did that with my in-laws without a baby. They're like, "So, Mae, how are things?" I'm like, "Oh, you know, my boobs are getting saggier by the day. I'm fighting off a yeast infection." I'm eating a lot of yogurt, so thank you for asking. My boyfriend and I have to say, we have been trying for about 6 months to do anal. Nobody is talking about how difficult this is, okay? If there is a cause I'm fighting for, it's anal awareness, because no one is discussing this. It is hard, right? Look at that. Look how cool they're being. They're like, "I do anal all the time." La-ti-da. Okay, it must be nice. I have a strong sphincter muscle, not bragging. Like, I have a friend who told me, she was like, I had a friend who told me, she was like, I lost my anal virginity before my real virginity because you know when guys just sort of slip in? I was like, nope. I'm not familiar with that story. I'm familiar with the story of us buying lube and a tarp to protect our sheets and being very unsuccessful. That's the story that I know. I'd love to know your secret. Is it poppers? I'll take poppers. I don't know. Oh god. And the thing is, it's like, okay, I'm trying to do something very challenging, and nobody gives me any like recognition for it. You know, like my sister's pregnant, and people are giving her their seats or whatever. Nobody is getting up on the subway like, hey, you know what? Take my seat. You look sore. Guys, I'm a very jealous girlfriend, and I'm an extremely jealous girlfriend. I know that we're not supposed to admit that, but like, cat's out of the bag. Okay, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not any worse than any other girl, though. You know, like, I don't know. I follow him on like Instagram, Facebook, Venmo. You can find out a lot on Venmo. Pro tip. But you know, there was this one girl, and she was commenting on like every single one of his Instagram posts, and so I was like, what the fuck is this? Right? And so I click on her, and he's following her back. So I was like, okay, Mae, like, calm down, play it cool, calm, collected. So I took a screenshot, sent it to him, and said, explain yourself. And he got back immediately. Immediately he got back. He was like, okay, that's my cousin. Congratulations, you caught me. I'm fucking my cousin. And I was like, well, I should have seen this one coming. You are from Louisiana. I'm so fucking stupid. I saw the way you looked at her at Thanksgiving. You guys, incest is a great one. It is one of my faves. It's I mean, top 5 things to joke about because it feels really safe. No one's gonna get mad at me, you know? There's nobody out on the street right now like, I fucked my dad and I'm proud, like picketing, you know what I mean? I think that if incest becomes acceptable, that the people that will be most confused are guys in the friend zone. You know, like, we're gonna have to come up with something more clever than like, oh, come on, you're like a brother to me. Thank you, you guys have been awesome. My name is Thank you.
Awesome. Keep it going for Mae. Couple fun facts. Did you know in New Jersey it's still illegal to fuck your cousin?
What?
Yeah.